Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be using one of my favorite techniques, the Tack-it method. I can't wait to show you how I made this cute little sun-kissed tumbler. So let's get creative. So I'm starting off with a prepped, well, I'm sanding, this is the prep, Husky 12 ounce from the Tipsy Magnolia. I like to use my orbital sander. This just gets the job done so much faster. I just take it, go around, make sure I sand it real good. I'm using the 80 grit sandpaper. I'm getting all the sides and then the bottom. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to take my 91% alcohol and I am going to clean it off. Once I see all that nasty stuff, that's what you want to see after you have sanded your tumbler. After it dries, I'm going to take it outside and start to spray paint. These are my favorite spray paints. They are matte. They dry super quickly. They are the MTN 94, the Montana spray paints. I'm using pink, orange, and yellow. And these are all the fluorescent colors. So I'm starting off with the orange. I'm going in with some short bursts all around the tumbler. I'm going to do that with each color. So there's no rhyme or reason how I'm adding these colors in. I do like to use a little more pink and orange than yellow just because I like the way that looks. I would love to see how you kind of mix these colors and, create your own look to it. Get it how you live. Alright, so this is the final look, so let's move into the next step. So for the next step, what we're going to do is the Tack-it method. We're going to use Aleene's Tack-it, and then I'm also using Chase Ray's True Lies. It is perfect for this tumbler. Everything that I use in this tutorial will be in the description box. Make sure you check that out and also look for discount codes that may be available to you. So here we're starting off again with Aleene's Tack-it. I'm going to put a little bit in a cup, which actually I used a little bit too much, but it's in the cup. So I also use a paintbrush to apply the glue to my tumbler. This paintbrush I got from Walmart. So now I'm just going to make sure that I evenly coat it all over the tumbler, making sure I'm getting each side, top, bottom, everything fully covered. Some people do mix their Tack-it with like a little water, kind of thin it out. I don't. I go straight in with the glue, and this is how I prefer to do it. So once we get it all covered, then we're going to, you can let it air dry until it turns clear, or I like to help it out a little bit because I'm a little impatient, and I like to use my heat gun. So now that it's clear, it's ready for glitter. We're going to glitter like normal, making sure that we are completely covering the tumbler, every spot, with glitter. Now once the tumbler is completely covered with glitter, I go in with a gloved hand and then I just rub the excess glitter off, and it's going to leave this perfect sheen, perfect look to this tumbler. For the Tack-it method, I do prefer to use a glitter that has like a little shift or has a little holographic look to it. I believe that's the best way to achieve that look that you're going for when using Tack-it method. Alright, so this is what it should look like when you're done. After this is done, I go right into epoxy. And so I am testing out the new Turbo epoxy from Counterculture DIY. So I'm going to give you a little review on that while I'm doing this tutorial as well. So it comes in part A, part B, just like the regular facet that I use normally on tumblers. I'm going to mix even parts of A and B. Then we're going to mix. And it doesn't take long to mix. It was clear for me in under a minute. It is thin. It's thinner than medium viscosity. If you've used that before, it's almost like I want to say water because it's a little thicker than water. I'm trying to think the consistency, but you can see here, and I'm going to show you that it's thin. So with it being so thin, it's going to allow the bubbles to release really fast. So you see here minimal bubbles, but once you put it on the tumbler, it's like they're not there at all. So super thin, easy to mix. It does start getting warm a little faster than the fast set. So I suggest, you know, doing one tumbler at a time, and then also using thin coats, because it does start to cure really fast. And you don't want those waves in your tumbler. And if you do get those, you can fix that by using the regular artist resin, because it's a little thicker. So the cure time for this is about 1 hour. Yeah, I'm in the boot. I'm in Louisiana, and it is hot. It is hotter than fish grease out here. So for me, it cured for me in about 15 minutes. It is hot as I don't know what in my garage. I work in my garage. So between 15 and 30 minutes, it was dry for me. But I also did let it cure that whole hour just to be on the safe side. But I touched it at 15 minutes and it was dry for me. Just saying. So we're going to get that evenly coated, and then we're going to go through real fast with the torch and pop those remaining bubbles. Alright, so now we're going to get started on the decal. This decal is from Crafting by Myra. It is so cute. It is the Sunkissed decal. She does have them available on her website. I went and checked before I did the video just to be sure. So that is there. So I'm using black vinyl. I want to say this is an Oracle vinyl. I got it from Michael's. And then I'm also going to be using the champagne Teckwrap. Like, I feel like I use it in all my videos. You know we're going to use that on some. We're going to put that on everything. So black and gold vinyl. This just makes this tumbler pop. And then I'm going to speed it up because I know y'all don't want to see me sit here and struggle taking this stuff off the decal. Just make sure you use the correct setting when you are cutting. Alright, so this decal does come with the outline, so I've cut that out using the metallic textured champagne gold Teckwrap vinyl. What we're going to do now is just put the top decal onto the bottom decal. I can't think of what to call it, but we're going to layer our decal. So now it's time to add the decal. I got my little cradle from KTC Designs. I'll leave that link for you in the description box. So I did epoxy this twice before adding the decal. If it's not all the way smooth, you can sand it at this point and leave it sanded while adding the decal. Nothing's going to happen to it. You can add the vinyl and then epoxy after the decals have been added. We're going to add the Sunkissed decal along with all of the leaves and also the leopard spots. The leopard spots are going to be from North 80. So just a little warning that sometimes that gold vinyl gives me a hard time. I did reverse weed this one just because those outlines are really thin. The other one I did not do, and I think that one worked a little bit better. But I could remember what I did the last time I fixed this cup. So reverse weeding just means I put the decal on and then I weeded it out while I was on the cup. So again, these leopard spots are from North 80. They are going to be linked in my description box, and I just placed them in some open spaces wherever I felt they looked cute at. So this is the finished look to the tumbler. Super cute, super bright, super tropical, just sun-kissed. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to epoxy this tumbler. So again, I'm going in with Fast Set Turbo to finish off the tumbler. This epoxy can be used as a top coat. It has those UV components that you're looking for that's going to allow you not to have that yellowing and that discoloration. All right, also don't forget to clean up your rims. You want to make sure you're exposing that little thin layer of stainless steel so that that last layer of epoxy has something to adhere to. I always do this using my Dremel, using the 80 grit flap wheel, but you can also use a sanding block, sanding sheets. It works just as well. Now we're cleaning off with a little bit of water, and then she's all ready for our last layer of epoxy. Alright y'all, she's all done. If you like this tutorial, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comments. I do answer back. And again, thank you so much for watching, and y'all, I'll catch y'all later.